Hello, hello. It's been a little while. I was sick throughout almost the entire month of October, which was absolutely horrendous, but I am almost back to 100%. And I thought I would share a little uh, tip when you want to do raw edge um, on vinyl. So I'm getting ready to make another bag where I'm going to be leaving the edges raw on 4 different sides of the bag. So I want to show you how I prep my pieces for that. In the past, and well, even sometimes now, I would use a Sharpie marker and I would just kind of draw over the raw edge, which could be sloppy. Sometimes the marker doesn't match the vinyl exactly, so you'll end up with little, let me show you here, little spots where you can kind of see how, how the coloring is off. I just did that in the seam allowance, so that's not going to be a big deal. But when you've got it on a raw edge, it becomes very noticeable and it looks horrible. So I don't do that very often unless it's like an edge that I'm tucking into an end cap or something. Another option is you could use an edge coat. I typically use, where are we? This is what I typically use for my edge painting, but I usually only do it on like wallets or bag flaps. For something like this, it's so thin, it really wouldn't make a huge difference. And I think I would make more of a mess using this than I would doing a thicker edge, because normally when I'm doing a wallet, the thickness is about 4 times this. So what I do is I use a leather dye. Not to be confused with the edge coat, because the edge coat itself, this is a different brand. This is the Fiebing's brand, not the one I just showed you. But as you can see, it tends to be a little bit thicker. See, it's an edge coat or an edge paint is a lot thicker than a leather dye. I believe sometimes edge coat is also called leather paint. So you want to make sure you check the consistency just to be sure. But what I want, it's basically like black water or whatever color you want to use. Make sure you match to whatever your vinyl is. These leather dyes tend to come with a swab stick, or a cotton ball, or a paint ball, or whatever you want to call it. I don't like using these because I'm messy. So I go down to the good old Q-tip. And what I do, instead of painting on the side where the vinyl is, I just dip it, and you can see it's a different consistency. It's more like water. It's very, very runny. So be careful with that. Don't want to spill that all over my table. And I'll go on the back side and just swab it along the edge. And I will do it rather thick to make sure that I get it to stain all the way down through all of the fibers. Doesn't have to look perfect because this part's going to be up against the bag, obviously. But I want to make sure I get all the way from edge to edge. Going over it a couple of times just to make sure. And then if you really want to, you can kind of go right over the edge itself. Just be careful. So now, as you can see, it no longer has that lighter color edge that tends to be on the back of vinyl. Although I don't know why more places don't use a black backing on dark colored vinyl, but so now you can see the difference. Let me see if I can get this up real close. Focus. All right, so in my right hand is the edge that was treated, and in my left, the edge that was not. So now if you put this up against a bag with the raw edge, when it's untreated, you can see that white raw edge. When it is treated, you don't see it. Much, much nicer. And now I just got leather paint all over this. That's fine. I can cut another piece. That's not a big deal. So make sure you do let it dry. It doesn't take that long to dry. I have a little fan that I keep up here on my sewing table where I typically will put my anything that I've painted or done an edge coating on. I'll just toss it right there in front of the fan, and I'll usually have it nice and dry within a couple of minutes. So, all right, that's it. Hopefully that'll help you out a little bit, because I know a lot of people want to use the raw edge view or raw edge look of vinyl, but they don't want that light edge to show. So try it out, see if it works for you. Until next time, bye.